Hi, welcome to another video. I'm Yaz. I am a former hospital nurse turned mom turned entrepreneur, and today I'm going to bring you guys along with me on what a typical day looks like for us. Me working from home, homemaking, taking care of a busy toddler, and making lots of yummy food. Just took this beautiful sourdough loaf out of the oven made with freshly milled wheat. Now we're gonna do some tidying up. I'm gonna go clean our room, make the bed, and then we're gonna head outside. It's a gorgeous day out. It's supposed to go up to 15 degrees today. Very exciting because it's been cold, very cold in Toronto. It's been very cold in Toronto. So we're excited to get outside, get some fresh air, maybe go to a drop-in center, and then I'm gonna do some meal prep some things for the week to make it a little bit easier on us and hopefully get some work done during nap time. So come along. So slight change of plans. I just got a call that my clients are now in labor. I am currently on call for a client as a birth doula, and her waters broke this morning. She's starting to have some mild contractions. So they're gonna call me when they're ready for me to come. We don't know if that's gonna be in an hour or in 12 hours. That's the interesting part of this job that I'm doing. I'm a former labor and delivery and postpartum registered nurse. So now I am working as a private nurse. I provide postpartum services in my clients' homes, and I work as a birth doula, supporting clients in that completely different role, where I'm able to be fully there for the mom and not have to worry about documentation and any of the medical stuff. So I love that. So I go on call once they are 37 weeks pregnant. She is 39 weeks and a day today. So we don't know how the day is gonna go. I have one of my doula bags here. I have a couple of them. I need to add a few more things to it. And then I'm just gonna try to go through the day I had planned, knowing that I can be called at any moment. And once they call me, I need to get to them within 90 minutes. So I can't go too far from home. I'm gonna clean up like I was planning, make the bed, put away the laundry, and then we'll go for a walk because it's so beautiful out, but we can't go too far. And then I'll come back and try to do some meal prep and just see how far into this day we get before I get called in. Luckily, my mom is off today and she's living with us, so she'll be able to take my daughter when I have to run out in case my husband's not home from work yet. And yeah, we'll see. I have no idea how the day's gonna go, but I will bring you guys along with me. So I went for a walk and picked up some groceries. My in-laws who live in the building took my daughter out to play in the park. And then we came back and I put her down for a nap and I tried to sleep. I haven't heard from my clients yet. So I thought it's probably a good idea if I get some sleep because they might call me in the evening, in the middle of the night, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be up in the middle of the night. So I wanted to sleep, but I knew I wasn't gonna be able to. I usually just can't nap anymore for some reason. I just try so hard to nap and then I can't. And I knew today, especially because I'm anxious, I don't know when they're gonna call me. I knew I probably wouldn't sleep and I tried for an hour and then I gave up. So I'm up. I'm gonna go have a shower and probably have a coffee since I'm probably not gonna nap anymore because she's gonna be up soon. And then I'm gonna try to do some meal prep, at least the bean salad and the hummus. I cooked both of those this morning, so we'll see if we get those things done.
This bean salad is so easy. I love making it and having it on hand. It makes such a yummy and healthy quick lunch. I like using the black-eyed pea beans for this, but any bean will work. So I cook my beans in the morning. I soak them overnight. You don't have to do this, but if you soak them for at least a bit, you'll want to reduce the cooking time. So these, I ended up cooking them for 30 minutes in the Instant Pot, and then I strained them, let them cool completely. I added a can of tuna, some red onion, crushed garlic, lots of parsley, and good quality extra virgin olive oil and red wine vinegar. Red wine vinegar adds such a nice tanginess to this, and then you want to season it with some salt and pepper. Give it all a good stir, and then taste it. Some days I need to add a little bit more red wine vinegar. I like my bean salad more on the tangy side. Sometimes I gotta add a little bit more salt. So make sure you give it a taste and see how it tastes if you need to adjust anything. And then it stores in the fridge for like several days and the flavors develop as it sits in the fridge. So if you're not gonna eat it right away, maybe don't add too many more things because the next day it might taste just perfect and you can always add more the next day as well. So moving along, the other thing I prepped was my hummus. I also soaked these. I add some baking soda to the water while it's soaking, and then I add some to the water when I boil it. It makes it so that the skins come off of the chickpeas and you're able to scoop a lot of them out. So here, as you can see, my chickpeas are super cooked and mushy. I add good quality tahini. Here I'm adding about half a cup. Nice amount of salt. I'm doing about 2 good teaspoons here. I like to add some spice. I like to add a little bit of cumin. I'm adding a teaspoon here and fresh garlic. I really like garlic. Our whole family likes garlic. So I'm adding like 4 sliced garlic cloves, but you can obviously reduce that if your family doesn't like garlic that much. And then lemon juice, fresh lemon juice, not the bottled stuff. I'm going with a whole lemon here and then some ice water. You want to add the water slowly because you don't want it to be too runny. So you add a few spoons, blend it, see how it is, and add more if you need it. So here I just put 4 tablespoons, and that was the perfect amount. I used my Vitamix for this, and it comes out so smooth and creamy because the skin that came off makes a big difference. And then I just store it in a glass container in the fridge. And it's delicious on toast, delicious to just dip in veggies. My daughter loves it. She'll literally just eat it like by the spoonful as if it was like a meal on its own. But it's so healthy. So I'm okay with that. But I'm glad I was able to get these 2 things prepped before my clients called me. And then I finally got a chance to have that coffee I was talking about. and I just have to have some of this bean salad. I cannot help it. It is so delicious. I toasted some homemade sourdough that was made with freshly milled flour, so it's 100% whole wheat. Added some of this fermented Portuguese red pepper paste, which is like salty and super flavorful. And then the bean salad, and oh my god, it is so good. That pepper paste with the bean salad and the hearty, crusty bread, oh, delicious. Such a healthy and delicious and easy lunch, which I'm all about.
Hi, it's been a couple of days now since I last filmed for this video. So my day kind of did not go to plan after I got called to let me know that my clients were in early labor, that their waters had ruptured in the morning and that she was having contractions. So I tried to follow the plan for the day as best as I could, but it's kind of hard when you don't know when you're gonna get called, how long you're gonna be gone for. So I managed to get a bit of the meal prep done, and later in the evening I had been communicating with them about every hour, and things were starting to pick up, but they weren't really in active labor yet. They started to feel like, what do we do now? Should you come? Like, we're struggling here, but we're also not like, it was their first time having a baby, so they also didn't know, like, should you come now? Is it too early? The midwives told them it was too early to come to the birth center at that point. And I explained to them that, you know, labor can go on for a really long time. And I want to ensure that I'm there for the birth, because it would suck if I had to leave after 18 hours for a little break to come back and potentially miss the birth. So the idea is that they call me when they are getting into active labor, they are in active labor, or whenever they decide that they need me. Like, I will come whenever they decide that they need me. They kept updating me every hour. Things had slowed down a little bit in the afternoon. They had gone to the hospital for a non-stress test. Everything looked great with the baby. They went back home. Things slowed down a bit. She was able to have a nap. So we were communicating, but because I didn't know when I was gonna get called, it was a little bit anxiety inducing, I'm not gonna lie. We managed to do dinner, I went for a little walk, and then I tried to get some sleep. I had up my bags packed, ready to go, and then I tried to sleep with my daughter and my husband around 10:30, but I just couldn't. I was anxious, excited, and not knowing when I was gonna get called and have to rush out the door made me not be able to relax enough to sleep. They were calling me every hour at this point anyway, so I was scared I was gonna miss a call. I just couldn't sleep, so they called me like at midnight, and then at 1 a.m., and then at 2 a.m. they called me and they were like, okay, let's do this, like, come, we need you now. So I was packing up, getting ready to leave to go to their house, but then they called me back and they said, the midwife said we can come to the birth center now, so meet us there. So I got to the birth center just like right at 3 a.m., just before I got to the birth center at 3 a.m. before they got there. And I had some time to set up the room, meet the midwife before they came. I was awake all in all for 31 hours and I am still recuperating. My eye keeps twitching and I'm like really exhausted still. But it's different now because I have a busy toddler playing and awake and making noise. So I can't just go and have a nap like I did when I was working in the hospital as a nurse and I didn't have a kid. So I was able to lie down and nap. So that's a bit different. But the experience was amazing. Wow, it was like night and day from working as a nurse in the hospital in labor and delivery. It was such a nice experience. I loved it. I'm so happy they were able to have the birth they really wanted. They had an unmedicated birth, no tears. They took a beautiful, healthy baby girl home after 2 hours of giving birth. Just everything was so different from the hospital. I'm gonna make a video, I think, later on just the comparison of what it was like being present for a birth as a nurse versus as a doula, and just the differences and how that all felt for me. And yeah, if any of you out there are curious, or you are a nurse or a doula and you want to know what it's like, the difference, I think I'll do a video on that. But yeah, so that's what it's like to be a mom, entrepreneur, private postpartum nurse, birth doula, and that's how my days go. So I can be called when I'm on call and have to go off in the middle of the night, or I'll have like a scheduled client to go see. I am gonna go see them probably tomorrow. We're gonna touch base this afternoon. There was some postpartum care, so I'm gonna go in for that. And yeah, now it's nice to be off call and not worried that if I go an hour out of Toronto that I'm not gonna have to rush back. So that's nice being off call. But yeah, my heart is so full. I'm so glad. It was such a good experience. And now I'm just gonna take it easy today. It's cloudy and raining here in Toronto. Temperature dropped a little bit more, but this is typical spring. So that's it. So thanks for watching what my day was like as a birth doula, private nurse, mom, and follow along for more if you like this kind of content. Thanks for watching, and until next time.